Hello, conquerors. I am back with a discussion topic, and this week I'm going to talk about nutrition. This is the first in a series of discussion topics around things that we find hard. If you remember my last discussion topic, I talked about doing the hard work for things that really benefit us and breaking it down into certain areas. And I wanted to start with nutrition today. I know nutrition can be a touchy subject, mostly because we have tied in nutrition with our weight. And I really want to, while that is a factor in what we eat and it can affect our weight, that's not the focus of today's discussion. It's really about talking about why nutrition is so important, what we consume, right? The choices we make to fuel our body, how it affects us, and why it's so important to make decisions that are positive for our body, not just for us as runners, but for our longevity and for our overall well-being. Nutrition is important at any age. Think about, you have a baby, right? And you try and give them the best. Somewhere along the way, we lose that, right? And we start just shoveling stuff in and we don't really think about it. And I want you to start taking the time to really think about how you are fueling your body. Remember, what we eat helps to build our muscles, create strong bones. What we eat affects our emotional state and our mood. And what we eat affects how well we feel when we run, when we go for a walk, when we do the things that we like to do physically and mentally. When we eat well, our clarity of mind is greater. So there's so many benefits to fueling our body with good food. And by good food, what I mean is that we want to fuel our body with nutrient-dense food. Okay, there is food that tastes really good, right? In a drive-through, triggers that amygdala, right? The sugar, fat, salt, whoo! It's like a drug to us. That's not nutrient-dense food. The kind of food I'm talking about is fruits and vegetables, right? We're talking about if you eat meat, poultry, fish. If you don't eat meat, things like tofu, quinoa, nuts and seeds, whole grains and legumes. All of those foods that I mentioned are great fuel for your body, right? They're nutrient dense. It's not just calories going in. They are offering more to your body than just calories in, okay? Than just that energy, okay? Remember that food is energy, okay? What we consume is what runs our body and literally what helps us run. We all talk about carb loading, right? Before we go on a big run. That's because those carbs are turned into energy that allows us to run. It's actually turned into glycogen, which is the energy that allows us to run. So it's so important what we are consuming. It's not that we don't want to consume foods that aren't nutrient dense, because let's be realistic, we want to also enjoy our life. So it is okay to eat pasta and crackers and cookies and cakes, bacon and sausage, deli meats. It's all right to consume those things from time to time. But if those are the things that you are fueling your body with all the time and you aren't fueling your body with more nutrient-dense food, then you are doing a disservice to your body now, but also to your body years from now. All right? Good nutrition can help you with your energy for life, right? We discussed that. I'm not just talking about running. I'm talking about how you feel when you get up in the morning. Are you able to jump out of bed? Do you have the energy to get through the day? Or are you always feeling run down and sluggish? That probably has a lot to do with how you're eating. It helps, or it affects how your joints and your body feels. I don't think that there's enough attention paid to inflammation. What we eat can inflame our body, and it can make our joints feel stiff. It can make our bodies feel sore because our body doesn't like the crap that we're putting inside of it all of the time. It's amazing when you are fueling your body with nutrient-dense foods, how much different you feel. I know for me, and this is not a weight issue, but prior to me losing my weight, the way that I ate was horrific. I was rarely consuming nutrient-dense food. Everything was chips, pasta, really just carbohydrates and fats. And I didn't know how my body could feel when it was being fueled with the right things. And I think back to how that body felt. It wasn't just the weight that felt bad. It was how my body felt, how my energy felt. When I started to eat healthier, when I started to eat more nutrient-dense foods, it made such a difference in how my body felt, how I felt just moving around in the world. It wasn't as inflamed. My joints didn't hurt as much, all right? I had more energy. It really does make an impact. It can also help manage your weight. Again, don't want to focus on that, but nutrient-dense foods fill you up. You're less likely to eat more when you're eating nutrient-dense foods because they have fiber in them, they fill you up, and you're not going to overly consume them. And then improving your gains. So if you're a runner and you're fueling your body correctly, it's gonna start running like it's supposed to, okay? Like a well-oiled machine, as they say. If you are lifting weights, same thing. If you fuel your body correctly, then you will start to see the benefits of doing so. I know that we are all busy. I know we're tired. I know we're stressed. Believe me, I understand all of those things. But what you have to remember is that how you feel on a day-to-day basis, how the stress feels on your body, how the busyness feels on your body can be dramatically impacted by how you are fueling your body. A body that is taken care of can handle life much better. Doesn't mean that crap's not going to happen. Doesn't mean that stress isn't going to happen. Doesn't mean that injuries are going to happen, that we won't get sick, those kinds of things. But it is better prepared to handle life if it is being fueled with the things that give it life, that make it feel good, that give it the antioxidants and amino acids and vitamins, all of the things that it needs to keep us functioning, keep all those organs running, keep that heart running, keep everything healthy. It will allow you to live your life better. It will feel better. This vessel that we are living in will feel better as you deal with the outside world. If you think about it, there's very few things we can control in this life, but what we put in our mouth is something that we can control. So while this is hard, it's something that I want you to really be thinking about and just look at how you're fueling your body. If you're fueling your body great, check that off, right? Done. I am fueling my body with nutrient-dense foods. I mostly avoid those other foods, but I also enjoy my life. But if you're not, let's take a look at some changes that you can make, ways that you can put more vegetables, more fruit into what you're consuming. Find things that you like, experiment, and start to fuel your body with the things that it needs, not just now, right? But think about, we are preserving this body for a long life, right? We want to do everything we can right now to increase our longevity, and how we eat is a very important factor to that. I hope this information was helpful. Please leave a comment or like the video if this resonated with you. What are some things that you have found that have helped you create a life where you're consuming a little more nutrient dense food, or you've improved your nutrition. I think that if people leave comments, it's helpful to all of us, things that I may not think about, things that you may have done. So it's a good way to start a discussion. I hope you all have a wonderful week and a great run, and I will see you next week.